sorry. That was gonna be one of my topics, like things you raw dog. I raw dog hangovers. Like I refuse to.
I was like white girls.
I didn't know where that was going.
Only white.
I trust
Mexican.
them.
You're like,
I trust the white girls.
But yeah, things you raw dog. But that's not in there.
That should be a topic.
It should be a topic. All right, hit it, George. Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of the Boondoggle. I am one of your hosts, Mike James. With me, as always, is my man John.
Whoop, whoop. Quest for 6 we got here.
What happened?
The Quest for 6.
The Quest for 6?
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it? Not the Blackout episode anymore? That's good. Behind the ones and twos, we have our man George. And we have our first guest on the podcast. It's my good friend, the host of the Buttered Kernels podcast. You can catch it on YouTube. Please welcome our good friend, Matthew Posner. Matt, how you doing?
Ooh, hello.
A lot of people wanted to be on the podcast. And
I didn't want to.
And we had to say no to a lot of people, mostly your buddy Angel. But yeah, thank you for coming, man.
Oh, no, of course. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, how you feeling? Good?
I'm good, man. I'm on vacation the next 5 days, so let's
go.
I'm going to enjoy myself.
How's the podcast coming? I know.
So I've been on a little bit of a break, just life, but I am actually going to be recording reviews on Friday, which I'm super stoked about, so they'll be starting to drop again next week.
Okay. Can you let us know what movie you are?
Oh, man. So we got Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Frozen Empire. After that will be Furiosa. And then after that, we've got Long Legs, which is a horror thriller movie. And then Deadpool and Wolverine. So
Long Legs, a spider movie, just so Mike can watch it.
That's all it is. It's just spiders and their eggs.
Can I tell you when I was getting some equipment for today? It's all in a bin, and I was like, it was full of webs, and I was like, we don't fucking need a stand. Like,
we really need it.
No. I've seen Frozen Empire, but you've said some movies I want to see.
Yeah.
But John, you're not you're not a movie guy. You're more of a TV. You're we call you sports autistic. You're also TV autistic.
Yeah.
Right. Which one do you feel more like for $1 million? Would you rather have a sports question or a TV question?
Oh, sports question.
Sports.
Because I watch a lot of TV where it's like I know like a TV show like what it is, but if you ask me details about the TV show,
right,
I won't know it. But sports, if you ask me a detail about a sport, I'll know it better than I would.
John reminds me of Bradley Cooper from Limitless. He just takes the drug and just absorbs everything.
By the way, it might be a better TV show than a movie.
There we go.
Did not know it was a TV show.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper's in the TV show, isn't he?
No, he's not.
Oh, never mind.
John, what is your TV show that's always just running in the background?
It used to be Impractical Jokers.
Oh, that's terrible. Terrible. But okay, go on. Was it The Office or something like that? Didn't we talk about this?
No, I don't really have a TV show running in the background. Now,
Okay.
Now it's mostly just like YouTube videos
Okay.
watch. Buttered Kernels mostly.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Today is July 3rd, so happy pre-Independence
America's
Day.
birthday, baby.
If you're watching in England, have fun working, losers.
America's 2024 years this year.
Is it? Yeah. It would have been nice if we made Copa.
Yeah.
But
we suck.
Your fucking jersey.
Fire Greg. Fire Greg.
Do you watch soccer, Matt?
I
know you're a big baseball guy.
Yeah. I'll watch soccer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. They kick the ball.
Every time they get close, they go, oh.
Oh man. Well,
I mean, the longest Spanish word is in soccer.
Is it? What is it?
Go!
Oh, yeah. George, do you watch soccer at all?
No.
Basketball?
No. No.
Any sports?
If it's on Netflix and I watch F1 only because of Drive to Survive now.
It's a great show too.
Yeah, but now that I understand it, I do watch it on like the TV when it's up.
F1's just on too early for me. Somebody else talked to me this weekend about F1. I'm like, I don't feel like waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. For what, the prelim? Oh, stupid. Yeah. Tell me who wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and Matt talked about this last week, and I was never a big watcher of hockey, but all of a sudden there was previews for a Game 7, and you can trick me to watching anything Game 7.
It's the 2 best words in sports.
Game 7.
Game
like,
7.
And it was hockey, and it was a great game, and I actually will probably watch some games next year.
You probably won't, but yeah.
Yeah, no. Even if it was WNBA Game 7. Do they have Game 7s? Is it still
no,
Game 5s?
I think it goes to 5s, yeah.
See,
Does anybody even watch?
Yeah.
I mean, they got to, right?
Yes.
Caitlin Clark. Just
We're not watching, what's her name? No.
It's Caitlin Clark. America.
Do you guys, with you wearing the USA jersey, the Olympics are coming up. Do you watch the Olympics at all? Or you do?
Yeah.
Like, what's your event? What do you watch?
I'm a track and field guy.
Okay, all right. Matt, what do you don't care?
I do
As much as I'm into sports.
Speed walking.
I do become a diving expert during the Olympics. Though. Like, too much splash.
Yeah, the form there.
Me and George have a friend, Brian Matthews, who he was trying to do a bit about like there should be like the Olympians going, and then just for comparison, an average Joe trying to fucking do 2 somersaults and make it into
Great idea.
And I can't.
They actually did that at one point. They were trying to promote like Olympics in Africa, and they got like a guy from Africa to do a swimming event, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Why? Why, John?
I don't know.
Explain to me.
I don't know.
Like I'm in the South.
Yeah.
Go.
Like I'm in the South. Explain to me like I'm 5 in the South in the 1800s.
We call them boys. Yeah.
It's a great video too. If you've never watched it, it's him doing 100 meters.
Yeah.
And it takes
like Snoop Dogg. Yeah. See, Snoop Dogg did 100 meters in like 12 seconds.
Yeah. But no swimming though.
Oh, swimming. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It takes him a while. He'd like doggy paddle the whole way. It's a great video.
I'm a pretty good couch coach though.
Yeah,
I can
no,
pretty
for
much
sure.
judge people.
I mean, watching the Dodger game, I'm like, why did you fucking swing at that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's awful.
All right, George. Let's hit it with our first topic of the week.
Your first STD.
We're gonna let our guests tackle these at first.
You got to take a drink.
I don't understand. What am I supposed to say here?
What was your first STD?
Yeah.
That I learned about?
Sure. We can.
Wow,
we'll start there.
whatever sex ed taught us about. The ones that had the awkward pictures with
Blue waffle. That one.
Were you feeling lucky?
Yeah, no. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I guess genital warts.
Yes. Nice.
It's gross.
I was like, I've never gotten an STD. Just to make it clear.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm with you there, but I'm just like, it's a weird topic. Can we talk about movies?
I thought this was a movie episode.
Yeah.
Let's talk about kids.
This is why I said no to the podcast.
I'm like you, John. I'm a pureblood.
Okay.
I've never had STD that I know of. I've gotten 2 scary calls. I've gotten one call from an ex-girlfriend, like a little bit after college, maybe in college. She said, "Oh, I tested positive for, I think it was, I'm gonna guess the letters here, HPV." And I remember asking, "Is that something that can kill me?" And she said, "No, I don't think so." I said, then we're fine. We're good.
Does HPV not stand for high pressure vagina?
You're like, yeah, I felt it.
I agree.
Yeah. Shit was fire, you know? And then the second one was this is my STD story. When I turned 30, I got a physical. Because remember, Matt, when I didn't have insurance for a little bit?
One of my favorite times of my life was actually when you didn't have insurance.
So when I knew it was running out, I was like, let me get one more physical. And they were like, what do you want? Do you want a blood test? And I was like, yes. What do you want to test for? I was like, everything. And anything that can kill me. Go in. And I just remember getting results back in the mail and everything. I just saw the word negative all the way down. So I was like, cool, we good. I didn't even check what it was. And then 5 years later, I'm leaving work and I get a call and I don't recognize it. Let it go to voicemail. And it's someone at some doctor facility says, "Hey, Mike, you took an HIV test 5 years ago and we never called you back with the results and we never notified you of the results. If you can give us a call." I could not dial the phone fast enough. The girl answered. She's like, "Hello." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm about to die. Can you give me my results?" And she said, you tested negative, but we legally have to like notify you, and it just got lost. And I was like, oh my God, who tested positive?
You couldn't have left it in the message. Yeah. Hey, just to let you know you are negative, so don't freak out.
Yeah, don't start calling everyone.
If you were positive, I mean, Magic survived it. So
we don't have his money. We don't have his money. Did you hear? Oh, I was like running conspiracy theories by you, John. Did you hear the conspiracy theory that Dave Chappelle went to Africa because he had HIV and now he doesn't have it or something like that? Have you heard that?
I haven't heard it, but it would make sense because of the way he kind of looks after he came back.
He put on weight. Have you heard that one?
I haven't heard that conspiracy. I just saw a video that Jim Brewer was on. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Brewer,
oh, yeah.
Where he was just talking about, he's like, hey, man, like right before he went to Africa, Dave was like out of his mind. And then all of a sudden he was like, I'm going to Africa. And that's just like a weird video to watch because he's like, I don't know what happened to him. And he came back and everything was fine.
Yeah, he said
he said right before all that money and all that was happening. And he's like, he came to me and he was like, Jim, like, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do here. Yeah. And he was like, I don't know. And then he was like, next thing I know, he went to Africa. Yeah. And it was really weird. And the next thing you know, he came back and dude was swole. I don't know. Dude was swole.
Wait, Michael Jackson, Magic Johnson. Did he get swole then? Or he's always been about the same.
He's always been.
He might have got I think that was just age. Like you get bigger when you get older. My funniest is I think you ever seen the video with Charlemagne the God is interviewing him, and they asked him, like, you ever think it was that dirty bitch in Sacramento that gave you? And Magic Johnson's like,
I just want to know when they were making the show Winning Time and they had the guy playing him just fucking every girl. They're like, Michael, Magic, is this good?
Yeah.
Is this how it was?
What was I going to say about STDs?
They're not good.
They're not good. Never had one. I was going to say, it's got to be annoying to those that have herpes because that's something that doesn't go away, right? But they more or less have cured HIV. And I think if I had herpes, I'd be a little pissed. I'd be a little bitter. Itchy, probably. But I was like, you cured a deadly disease, but you can't cure something that's just like makes you itchy. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents about it. George, are you itchy? Are you itchy?
Honestly, I get checked regularly so that when a girl goes, I don't know if you're clean, I go, oh no, I have documentation. Like, if you have a latex allergy, it's fine.
If you could just sign this consent form here, then we're really good.
Also, let me get your picture while you sign it. Hold the newspaper, please.
Have you ever been informed after you've had sex with a girl or a guy, I don't know here, that they called you like, oh, by the way?
By the way was I might be pregnant. Yeah.
Oh, that's all. Oh. Are you sure you don't have herpes? Please have herpes at that point.
I'd rather it be herpes.
I could live with herpes. I can't live with you.
Fuck them kids.
I've gotten that call. I've gotten the.
Yeah.
I've not even a call. It was someone I was dating. We started doing whatever, and then she told me like the next date, like, oh, I got something to bring up. I'm like, you could have maybe brought this up before.
Yeah, not bury the lead here. Let's get into it.
And like the question I always say is like, did you like stay with her? I was like, I stayed with her as soon as I found out I was negative. Because if I was positive, I was going to marry her. Like, I didn't want to go back on the market.
You were negative, but you got one more in before you were like negative. Oh, I mean, look,
negative plus a negative. For the road. So, all right, that's our topics with STDs. Glad you guys are clean. All right, next one.
I think that Mike was just trying to figure out what we were like.
We share a lot of drinks, guys. I'm not going to lie. I just want to make sure we're good.
Trying to make sure you can swallow safely.
I don't know. Someone gets cut. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Mike, I just cut. Will you help me?
Another quick STD story. I had a friend. Matt, I'll tell you afterwards. I have a friend who told me he had HIV. And I went to the doctors a couple days later for a physical. And I said, hey, can I ask you stupid questions about HIV? He's like, yeah. I was all, so I have a friend, and I realized as I said that, he's like, okay, here we go. And I was like, can you get like HIV through a fork or something like that? And he's just like, no, you're fine, dude. You're
like
fine.
A fork in your butthole?
Yeah. His fork metaphor for no, yeah.
Terrible metaphor. Could have picked another 4-letter F word.
I imagine that's what it feels like. No? Okay, I guess I'm more fearful. Next topic, number 2.
Things that make you feel old.
Ooh.
kids. I make that simple, but no, I don't know. Just about everything today. We talk about like Eminem dropping that Houdini track and just watching kids freak out over what he said. And I'm like, he's been saying this shit for 20 years now. Like, come on.
It was pretty mild, in my opinion.
That's what I said. People started listening to that Kim track from back in the day. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we grew up on. It's a totally different ballgame. So I guess music, even though a lot of the music sounds the same, but then like something like Houdini drops and just watching the TikTok generation kind of freak out over it. And I'm like, that's not that bad.
Something I saw the other day that freaked me out was like we're closer to 2050 than we are to 1990.
Yeah.
Why you got to bring mood down?
I'm just saying, like, I was like, holy shit! Like, I was born in 1990. Like,
why you got to bring mood down?
That makes me feel old.
I used to have a hat that said, "I still think 1990 was 10 years ago."
100%. I still think like 2000s was like, what, 5 years ago maybe?
Yeah.
I agree with you. Music. There's this thing on TikTok where there's two kind of videos. One, it's like a teacher, like a second grade teacher, maybe third. She like plays one track a week and of songs that she grew up with, and I think she's about my age. And she'll have the class write their thoughts about the song, and it will be like Rage Against the Machine or Story of a Girl or something like that. And they're like, "Why is this guy crying?" And I was like, "Hey, fuck you, little kid!" Like,
what a bitch.
I was just like, that got me through some breakups, dude.
That's how we survive.
And then there's another one that says like, I thought, we talked about this. Justin Timberlake, how the cop that arrested him or gave him a DUI didn't know who he was, and that makes me feel old. I'm like, how do you not? I mean, I guess it's the inverse too. I don't know a lot of the newer people, so I guess it's kind of the same. But how do you not know? Just like I would consider him well known, right? Like,
that makes it scary because then I'm like, do you know who Prince is?
Yes.
And just watching people be like, what?
And I think I've seen videos like, oh, I've never heard of like, okay, I get some of them like Rage Against the Machine. I'm like, yeah, maybe you had parents that didn't want you to listen to that. But yeah, I think I have heard like, oh, I don't even know what boy bands are. And I'm like, what?
I mean, there was still One Direction.
I was gonna say, but that was still what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess if you were,
I think it like always freaks me out. Where like obviously drinking age is 21. But that means
legal drinking age.
Legal drinking. Yeah. When we go out to the bar, you see people born. What would that be? 2000.
Oh, 21?
Yeah.
2003 now.
Yeah, that's to me is ridiculous. Like it's like
that's young.
It feels like wait, they should be. They should.
When I graduated high school, it was guys who were turning 21. All right, I'm gonna go home. Thanks for having me.
And another thing, like it makes me feel is like watching like obviously we talked about my sports autism, but watching these kids out there that are 16, 18, like... Yeah,
Brazil has like a 17-year-old
like
starting.
What was I doing at that age?
Yeah, she was like, Dad, why didn't you push me?
Well, I just wasn't good enough. That's
why. You sucked.
Yeah.
You didn't have talent.
That's a good point. Like, Bronny James is, what is he, 20? Yeah. And he's I was like, damn, man.
Well, that's just nepotism. That doesn't count. Like,
don't get started.
You know, another thing that makes me feel old is watching two old people debate who should be president.
I like it because they're both
so good.
Like what Trump's 78?
78,
Biden's 82.
Yeah.
My mom is 78, 77, and I don't want her driving. I can't imagine like if she were like, I'm going to run for president. I'm like, you're going to sit back down, take your Wednesday medication in the box, like. Relax.
You'd be like Ben Stiller and what is it, Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
It's okay, we're going to do arts and crafts today.
You're going to shut the hell up. I feel old when I get hurt doing nothing. Like, I don't know if you guys have like cranked your neck because you just slept weird.
You just went to sleep.
You're doing the most least physical activity and your body's like, fuck this, man.
Or just how long it takes to heal. I remember I was playing ball with my kid, and I hurt my heel, and it felt like 6 months to heal. And I was like, this makes 0 sense. I'm not that old.
What are you going to say?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. I always joke with my older friends. I said, when's the last time you purposely left the ground? Like you jumped. And because there's times where I would love just to see, I wonder if I can touch that. Now I'm like, I could probably touch it, but I'm not gonna.
I still try to touch it.
I probably would try, and I'd end up like, was it Segura where he breaks my ankle?
Oh. It's gonna happen. It's so good. Like I have, we circle around with like a lot of younger comics now that are like starting their comedy career. And they're like 22, 23, and they started talking about basketball because it was the playoffs. And they actually started getting together and playing basketball. And they're like, Mike, he used to play basketball in high school. And I was like, I rode the bench, relax. And they're like, why don't you play, Mike? I'm like, to tear my ACL and I got to take care of a kid.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, I'm good.
I know my limits.
No, I don't want to wobble up there with a cast. No. George?
CD players make me feel old.
Oh.
Like telling people that like I used to catch the city bus to school and then instead of books I had my case of CDs and my burned CD discs and my Sharpies like they're like why?
Fun fact, I have a case of CDs in my car right now.
I don't know why. No CD player?
I never use it.
I was like, do you have a CD player in your car?
No.
Okay.
I think I just do it there for nostalgia.
Do you still have the one where you would take it away when you would leave the car?
So someone stole it. They only got the actual, but you're like, look, I got the face. I got the face of it still.
You don't know that this is a Sony.
Yeah, that's a good one. I do miss the burn CDs, the mix CDs.
Those are the best mixtapes.
Those are the best, dude.
Because you had a limited amount of time. You only had like 80 minutes. You're like, look, I have to pick the best tracks.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you would listen to the whole thing. You'd be like, it has to go song to song to song. Now you can put a playlist of 8,000 songs, and you're like, well, whatever. But back in the day, you had to really think about what songs you were putting together.
Or find a CD player that could play the DVD-Rs.
Oh, my gosh.
You're like,
Yes.
damn, dude, here we go. I got 800 songs. Let's go.
Welcome to the Boondoggle Senile edition.
You guys complete the fit. Did you guys use LimeWire back in the day?
Oh my gosh, I probably gave my aunt's computer probably
Bunch of Trojans.
lots of viruses.
Speaking about STDs,
Oh, like that was probably my first one. The Trojan.
Malware. Malware was your first STD.
Sorry, Mom. Gotta make that awkward call.
I don't know. It just popped up.
There's all these pop-ups. I don't understand.
Who's Heather Brooke?
Said speed up the download.
Yeah, that's probably the first STD. But there was one more. Oh, so I was all about LimeWire, but that was before. I never used Napster.
Napster was the first.
Yeah, Napster was the
And
first.
But I think it got shut down by the time I had like a family computer. I could
Got shut down by Metallica, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then after that, I remember our friend Michael Jacobs. I think he said something about Pirate Bay. I don't know if that was a
Oh yeah, I used that. I actually got a notice from, I think it was Universal, because I downloaded a movie and they sent me a notice. They said, "Do it again, and we're gonna sue you." And that's when that was actually my turning point when I was like, I'm gonna stop downloading movies, and then I kind of had to change heart. I was like, I actually should probably support the studios, and I became, I guess, older and wiser and lamer. But
Still pirate movies.
John, stop it. It gets flagged, man.
a lot of people work on those.
Good for them.
Do movies make you guys feel old? Like, no, right? It's just...
Yes.
Do they?
Yes,
And
because a lot of the movies I grew up with that I still think are like these are still kind of semi-current, but they're like older films that like my son's generation, he'll look back and like I would look at like the 60s or 70s films.
Oh, okay.
Like I watch even a lot of the action movies like Con Air or Face Off or any of those 90s action films. Like I'll watch it and they're still great, but then I'm like, he's going to watch it and he's going to be like, this is a little old. It's a little dated.
Is there any movies you watched like growing up? You're like, oh, this is a pretty good movie. And you got older, you're like, this movie actually really sucks.
Yeah. Or I feel, yeah, those are there too. That's for sure. Holy crap.
I always like the ones where you look back with woke eyes. And you're like, Jesus Christ.
Man, I know.
You still watch them, but you're just like, oh, what are we doing here?
That's why we talk about like Blazing Saddles. Like you can't make that today, or even more recent. The last one was like Tropic Thunder. You can't make that movie today.
I think I saw a meme about Blazing Saddles. Like it's being shown on network television.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 minutes long. That's all they can show.
It'll be interesting because next year they're going to release some spoof films. So the spoofs are going to start coming back. So I'm going to be, I'm really curious. Are they going to push the boundaries? Are they going to, because that's what a lot of spoof films did back in the day, was push those boundaries. So I hope that they do.
Spoof as like that, but not like
they're rebooting Naked Gun.
Okay, not like like Scary Movie and all those.
No. They're doing
like
like
crappy movies.
No. They're going to reboot, Naked Gun and You know, there's a lot that they can make fun of.
Yeah.
You know.
I did see like this one TikTok video of someone's like breaking down Mrs. Doubtfire, but like they're like, how did this get made? It's a story of a grown man cross-dressing to get close with his kids that
Today
were legally taken away.
Yeah. Today would be celebrated.
Or, no, it'd be debate. It'd be a hot fire.
Oh, 100%.
But
I should say one side of the aisle would celebrate it.
But yeah, I was just like, well, it's Robin Williams. You gotta let the man slide.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
He died on my birthday, by the way, too. So I always too soon.
It's always too soon with that.
Is it?
He's been gone for a while, and it still feels too soon. Like that's one celebrity death that still I get really bothered by.
Yeah, I give you 1 year until it's not too
And
soon.
you're like,
anymore.
I don't care.
It's been a year. Like Kobe Bryant, come on.
My heart.
He was okay. No, I was kidding. All right, George, you're like 25. What makes you feel old?
I'm not that much younger than you, dude.
Do you have ailments? Like you go rock climbing, right? So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Are you just like fucked up the next day or anything like that?
No.
See,
But
that's
like,
young. See, you're young. Still.
no. See, because I've been rock climbing for like a decade, so like my body's kind of just adjusted.
Yeah.
It's when I do anything that I haven't been doing that's the problem. like sometimes I fuck too long. Because not because I'm laying down the pipe, because like I'm old and I can't come right away anymore. You know, I already jerked off once this morning. And,
Yeah.
And then it's like I wake up, it's like, why don't like under my titty hurts? Like why? That's such a weird spot.
You gotta set a timer for
That's
yourself.
how
when
you
you
know.
have to-
That's
Yeah.
how you know.
Hey, I
he's
gotta
not-
wrap it up.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's not young too. He said under the titty.
Yeah.
25-year-old
Yeah.
under the titty.
All right. Hit us with the next one.
Apple Music or Spotify?
Apple Music all day. Except I will say, Apple Music, if you're listening to this, stop. I hate the one thing that drives me nuts about Apple Music is I'll start a playlist with hard rock, like some crazy, like Bring Me the Horizon, just some hard rock, and then I'll go to Rihanna, and it makes zero sense.
But you
I'm
still
like,
listen.
Oh, 100%. How do you don't skip Rihanna,
Yeah,
right? Anything else but Apple Music all day for me.
Okay.
I hate Spotify.
John.
I don't have an iPhone. So
Yeah, that's right.
I don't care about Apple Music.
How do you consume music then?
Spotify.
Spotify for me. What are the differences? I don't even know, like the benefits. Like, so you said Apple, right? Why Apple?
I've heard that I don't know for sure, but the sound quality is really good. I don't listen to Spotify, and I've seen online that people say that the sound quality is better on Apple Music. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that really doesn't make a difference to me. But ease of use, it's very user friendly.
Okay.
You know,
I think it is. I think Apple Music is like $1 cheaper. So I'm like,
I think one of the other problems with Apple, here I am being super critical of Apple Music. I'm like, I love you guys.
I love you, but like all this stuff about it. I'm like, wait,
that's how
sure?
much you love it. You're I want you to be better.
Yeah. Is that they still don't have like a full catalog of stuff. Like there's still certain artists that they just can't get, like Garth Brooks, even though he's killed a bunch of people. But different topic for different time.
I still believe that. George, which one?
Apple Music, because I think I use Siri a lot. It's with my AirPods and I'm driving, and it's like I don't want to be like, hey Siri, open Spotify.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta unlock it. Shit, like it's just Siri goes straight through to Apple Music, so I can just ask her to play some shit.
Is there any other streaming?
Yes.
Like what?
Pandora.
Oh,
That's still around.
Yeah, but that's when you know you're like that.
That's old.
That's when you know you're old when you use Pandora.
Do you
like,
use record players too, John? that is old.
Vinyl. Like, come on.
Unless you're a
The,
DJ.
the sound quality is better.
Dude, okay, hot take. Fuck those people. They're just like the vinyl of the Wu-Tang album. You can really hear the beat. I'm like, shut up,
You
man.
don't understand the production process and actually making a record.
Shut up. Yeah, damn, I have it. I think that's still on my phone, actually.
You might have just
You're
unlocked the
still
core
paying
memory.
Pandora Premium.
I went to somebody's house and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna play music in Pandora." I'm like, "How
Find those
old are
subscriptions
you?"
you're not
Like,
paying for.
Oh,
by,
no, I took it off. Okay.
Rocket Money will help
I
you.
do have
cancel the
SoundCloud.
subscriptions.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh,
You're looking
I
for
feel like-
indie rappers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no.
not an old like that's where like you said indie.
That makes me
rappers-
feel young.
Yes, that.
Be
that's-
like, what's your SoundCloud girl?
Yeah.
No? Is that no?
I listen to SoundCloud. No cap.
That's another thing. We didn't bring about feeling older, like all the sayings too. Like,
yeah.
No cap.
Shit is so not Sigma, bro.
Yeah.
It's so mid.
I hate that.
Yeah. But mid's out now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm behind. No, I'm behind.
Yeah.
George is 26, so like.
My titties be sweating.
See, I understood that sentence. The titties be sweating, currently and in the future. Yeah, I would definitely. I think that's the only drawback if my wife ever dies and I date a 21-year-old. I can get along with anyone. I can get into her interest, but if she's talking like mid and like.
I mean, if Bill Belichick can do it, you still can use.
It's his money. It's his money.
Yeah, he's into it for the relationship for sure.
By the way, does it like not to go on a little R. Kelly tangent, but is it bothersome that like we all? Well, I'll look at Matt. We like I'm gonna say Red Hot Chili Peppers, right?
Yeah.
We grew up with them. Anthony Kiedis, love him.
Oh shit! Isn't
He has
19?
he has like a 19-year-old girlfriend,
she is
and I saw something that's like they've been dating for years. I'm like, for what?
Come again?
That's what for.
You're like, wait, carry the one. That puts her at 12.
And it's like, this is the shit where I'm like, where people are like, everyone in Hollywood's like, pedophile island. I'm like, okay, that's a little far fetched.
It's pedophile.
Yeah, it's pedophile-ish. And I'm like, and then like, I grew up on Jerry Seinfeld. I love Jerry Seinfeld, and it's one of those like, oh yeah, he did date a 17-year-old.
You're gonna have to make a decision when you make it big.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
I'm dating someone older.
How big do you want to be, Michael?
I'm dating someone older, so
We're talking about high pressure vagina.
HPV. By the way, do we know what HPV is in this room?
Human papillomavirus.
Yeah.
Do we know what it does?
You get warts and shit. The papillomavirus is a warts.
Okay.
No, thank you.
But men are immune, and that's how you give girls like cancer and shit.
Oh, so that girl was just calling to call me?
She's a whore. yeah. You're dating.
She belonged to the streets, my friend.
She's
She missed you.
You're like, I might have HPV. I was like, it looks like you're transitioning.
I'm like, all right, cool. What are you doing Friday? All right. Other than, what was it, Pandora? There's nothing else, right?
That
we're forgetting?
Think of.
There's YouTube Music, but that's
true.
Google Play. We get out of here. All right.
Damn, they try. You remember when like they had Google Circles?
Oh,
yeah.
Like, this is our social media thing. It's like, why? This is where I check my email.
It's like same thing with
know your role
with threads on
Yeah.
Instagram. Like,
Get out of my face.
They posted something you might like. I bet I won't.
What is it on Twitter? Is it Spaces?
yeah, but
Spaces on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, you spaced?
No, that's just like
No,
it's like
their
like
group,
a
their group chat
Yeah.
thing.
It's like a group audio chat. Like everybody goes on
Fuck
there.
technology, whatever.
I use X to look at death. That's what I like. Watching like Indian dudes get hit by trains and shit.
Apparently, there's a lot of porn on Twitter.
Oh, yeah,
I
there
did
is.
not know
Oh,
that.
Go to
100%.
Reddit instead. That's where you want it.
I'm there with him.
Get it from the source.
Show how HPV's made.
Yeah. You don't want Oasis, someone's
I
water.
think Reddit is like one of like everybody should be on it because there's so much shit on there. Like
I'm starting to become a Reddit fan. I'm not on it, but if I need like a good theory about a show I'm watching,
you can go on Reddit and just like spend hours.
Reddit or 4chan? What's the difference?
Talk
about feeling old.
Yes. Or what about E-Bombs?
E-Bombs World is a national treasure, okay?
Are we talking about Newgrounds right now? Like, are we playing Flash mini golf or getting some titties right there just for no reason?
Well, is 4chan still around?
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
4chan started as a subreddit, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, we're just going to have CP over here. We're going to have like regular naked kids for no reason.
Oh, you know what made me want to kill kids is I was at a birthday party recently, and all the adults, we were all just talking, drinking, and we kept hitting a balloon to keep it up.
Kippy uppy.
And then we passed it to a kid.
Oh, I'm blue, yes.
And we passed it to some kid, and he let it just drop. And I was like, what the fuck is this kid? That made me feel old.
Should be an Olympic sport, by the way.
Oh, that would be one I'd watch.
Remember, like they had like
one I think I could excel at.
Remember they had tag,
As a
like,
couch coach.
and people were like just flying through little like chairs and shit. That was cool. Yeah. All right, George, hit us.
Celebrities promoting politics.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. I don't know. George, when we become famous and we're selling out arenas, I don't think I'm going to be using my platform to push an agenda. If someone asks me a question of, hey, what do you think about this person? Like, I'm pretty going to play it safe because I'm like if I was famous right now and someone's like, hey, Michael, who are you voting for in the next coming election? I'd be like, come on. What are we doing here? Let's talk about STD.
Michael, you get a knock at the door and someone says, hey, we got $1 million for you.
Not worth
All
it.
you got to say is this.
Not worth it.
Did we say $1 million? We meant $3 million.
Not worth it.
Michael, we print money for free. Did we say 3? We meant 10.
I'm gonna need guaranteed 20.
Okay, no problem.
And all my text messages erased from here on out.
You got it.
Yeah. Go Biden. I don't know.
Well, didn't like Michael Jordan have that famous line where they asked him why he doesn't do anything? He's like, well, Republicans and Democrats
buy my shoes.
Apparently, it's not true.
Oh, he didn't say that?
He didn't.
He didn't say that?
That's what he said. But, I mean, that's a great line.
That's a great line.
For him to say. And then I think The Rock changed his mind.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were just going to make fun of celebrities who put themselves in the ring. Like,
I mean, they kind of do it themselves.
I like to go back. Do you watch the Imagine video that all the celebrities got together?
Yes.
Oh,
2020?
it's so good. Oh, my God. It's one of my favorite videos when I need to feel better about myself is to watch that.
And that backfired on them, like, instantly.
It's one of my favorite videos. Or what's the other one where...
Because they were, like, singing on, like, camera.
Yeah. Everyone's off key.
You guys want to do it real quick right now?
Yeah.
We are the world. Is that one? Did they say that one?
They sang Imagine.
Oh, God. I just think it's an easy way to either lose money, lose fans, and you're going to be made fun of. Like, it's just so weird. Like, Oprah and The Rock after,
Hawaii.
is it Maui, right, George? That burnt? Where one of the two richest people, at least one, they're going on there saying, like, hey, can you donate money? I'm like, you know how this looks, right? By the way, Matt, that's your job when I'm famous, is you're just that guy.
Oh, I'll be your man. Oh, I will be your social...
You could just step in frame, be like,
Mike, no.
do you know how this looks? I'm like, okay, actually, let's just...
Was it Alyssa Milano?
Oh, yeah, when she asked for the Little League money.
She started a GoFundMe for her son's Little League team. And they're like... just put it like she's asking for. I forgot it was like $5,000.
This is a topic for another day. Now, let me see if I can write it. But I'm not a fan of GoFundMe's. When people post it, I'm like, I wish I could withdraw money from this GoFundMe. I really don't like it.
Can I take money out, please?
You see GoFundMe, but you really see Go Fuck You.
Yeah. Especially for like healthcare costs. They're like, let's not fix healthcare, but can you just give me money because I have cancer? I'm like, no. I can't. Don't want to.
Go die.
Yeah. I didn't say that.
Well, you technically are, but...
GoDie.org.
But I hope you feel better. When you
Thoughts
die.
and prayers.
Rub some salt on it. Rub some dirt on it.
Who's a celebrity that constantly talks about politics that you're just like, shut? Like, can you just play the game or play?
I was gonna say one of my fun. Well, I got okay. So to answer your question, one who's always in politics that drives me nuts is Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk.
Oh, is he?
Oh my God! Go on his Twitter, man. You will be like, you'll be shocked. He is
really. He's all in.
He's finger on the pulse. But I thought you were gonna say funniest celebrity who made a political statement. I would have said Kanye West back after George Bush.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Cinema.
And Mike Myers just like...
Yeah. And then they go to Chris Tucker eating the chicken. Just
why was he eating chicken?
Cinema. Ask Chris Tucker.
Don't ask dumb questions.
I always wonder what...
I wasn't part of the catering crew that day.
I always what goes through people's minds. Like, remember that there was a baseball announcer that said a racial slur?
Oh, yeah.
And he was trying to apologize, and he's all...
Castellanos, a deep left field.
Sorry for saying the N-word or something like that. I was like, oh, my God.
I was like, on the right, I feel like Kid Rock is always...
Yeah. You know what sucks too?
But make sure you leave out a bag of charcoal and some beer cans tonight, and you'll get your fireworks tomorrow.
Kid Rock,
Santa Claus. Like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I saw a good burn about Kid Rock. Obviously, they picked the worst photo of him, but they're like, I hate how he talks about like something about like trans rights when he looks like he's just transitioned. And I was like, it's not wrong. Not wrong.
Kid Rock was in Joe Dirt.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, had a small role in Joe Dirt. I
Yeah.
still think it's hilarious that he was in that.
I've only seen half of that movie.
Michael.
We've gone through this as
Michael.
I don't watch movies.
By the way, I can never say I've seen half of something.
Yeah, how unfulfilling your life must be if you only
Have
saw
you
half.
never walked out of a movie?
Never.
Daredevil with Ben Affleck?
I actually think it's actually a really good movie.
That's a great costume.
And the director's cut is way better. Coolio is in the director's
Electra
cut.
nachos.
Apparently she's going to be in Deadpool.
Rumor.
That's all. I'm going to cover it. Don't steal my content.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, I'm really surprised about Mark Ruffalo. I guess
If you're bored later, just go on his Twitter and you'll be shocked. He's like, finger on the pulse.
I mean, Oprah is pretty political out there. She's still worth.
she's got money, I guess.
I was like, she's still worth $1 billion. Like.
Yeah, but her vote's only 3/5 as much.
Oh. I thought it was 3/8. Are we giving her more?
I thought it was.
She's
I thought it was
still
1/3.
Anybody on here? One of my favorite trivia things. Oprah's real name.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's Orpa.
Oh,
She
yes.
changed the
Isn't that the name of her company, too?
No, it's
No.
It's was that her slave name?
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I was gonna say it sounds like the name of a whale, like a type of whale. An orca.
You're right. It's a big,
Bear.
it's a big black whale. Yeah.
Depends on what year.
And it all works out.
Yeah, I would say that for someone, because I love comedy, I think Kathy Griffin gets very annoying real easily for
Yeah.
me. And I'm like, can you just, first of all, I don't even know if you're funny anymore. Can you just...
You know who else? I said somebody on the right. I'll say somebody on the left is Whoopi.
Yeah.
She gets annoying.
Yeah,
Like,
she's rough.
Yeah, I was like, whoops. Come on.
I say on the right, he's not really a huge name anymore, but he's very outspoken. Is Dean Cain, who used to be Superman back in the 90s. He's very outspoken on the right side.
Hercules, too.
Kevin Sorbo.
Sorbo,
Yeah,
yeah.
get another good
Oh, I thought
name.
you meant like Xena Warrior. I was like, Xena?
I mean,
No,
yeah,
she
she
still lives
crossed
on, by the
over.
way.
She crossed.
She transitioned.
I think comedians, I can't think of any
Rob
that...
Schneider.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I don't think there's anybody.
I don't know if I find him funny though. Like his humor now, the video, like his recent special was more or less like almost like gotcha, kind of like
Yeah,
okay, we
100%.
want equal men and women and blacks and whites to be pilots. Shouldn't it be about landing the plane? And I'm like, look, I understand what you're trying to say,
Yeah.
but you didn't make it funny. You didn't make it like a funny anecdote or something like that. So
You just made a factual point.
yeah, exactly. You're like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Touche. Move on. Yeah. So
But he was just playing to
yeah.
the politically correct crowd, I guess.
Right. And that's why I think I love about politics, because if you find someone, you can disagree with them. Like maybe I think Jon Stewart sometimes could be too whatever. But I always loved George Carlin growing up. He always took shots at both sides and being how dumb you are, how fake you are, you really don't care. So
I think it's what puts him as a legendary status of a comedian. It's just someone who's just like, I go after everyone. I'm gonna call it as it is.
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Bill Burr makes fun of
Yeah.
both of them. Like his bit about abortion, how he's for it, but it's kind of killing a person.
Yeah.
I think that's such a genius bit.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm agreeing with you that you should have this right, but at the same time, kind of killing someone.
Where would we put Joe Rogan at? Like, I mean, like I feel like he tries. Obviously, I think he got more political when COVID happened with the whole vaccine.
I haven't
stuff.
actually watched any of his stand-up, so I don't know how he.
I would
does.
say. I mean,
I know his show, and
yeah,
I
I feel like most of
stands.
his stuff is on his show.
Yeah.
Like not on his actual stand-up.
People say, like, I think people give him shit because they think he's like a meathead who just does UFC, but he does surround himself with, I think, a lot of different opinions. And so how about this? I tend to he helps me kind of like think about other things.
Yeah.
Like I'll listen to podcasts that he had with RFK. I didn't know anything about RFK. I always was just like, oh, RFK, he hates vaccines. Or he just promotes false narratives, blah, blah. But I listened to him like, oh, okay. I didn't understand the whole like gun debate, and then Joe Rogan will have on like a gun lawyer or a Second Amendment lawyer. So it's just like, oh, okay, I understand now.
And I agree with that at some point, but at the same time, there's people that just go based off of what they hear on that. And
Yeah.
that's right.
And what was depressing is on the Joe Rogan podcast, he had like a CIA guy he always has on. I think his name's Mike Baker. And they were talking about how like deep fakes and AI can generate like what Matt says, what you say, and it looks like us, it sounds like us. And Joe Rogan said, is there anything we can do to kind of know it's fake or someone made this up? And the guy was like, nope, you're just going to have to depend on the person to kind of dig a little bit. And Joe Rogan's like, we are
it's
so
so
fucked.
funny you say that because they were just talking about the other day that they have, who's the Al Michaels, that they're having AI do his, AI Al Michaels is doing the Olympics. And that's like, whoa, we're getting to dicey territory.
Isn't that taking away jobs? Come on now.
But the Terrence Howard, Joe Rogan.
That was good. I'm dumb enough.
Good as in like, it was a good podcast. Or it was just good because it was like.
It kind of like fulfilled my.
It made you remember when you were born.
Yeah. It made me really kind of trust science again. Because I listened to the original Terrence Howard thing, and I was like, he might be right. I don't fucking know. I don't know how Saturn was made. And then this guy comes on like, you're fucking dumb, right? And I'm like, okay, I always thought that too. Thank God.
Neil deGrasse Tyson just came out. He's like, what the fuck?
He had receipts. I love how he's like, this is what I said. Yeah. Big middle finger. He was doing it. Yeah. All right. Next topic.
How long should a first date last?
How long is a movie?
Gone with a win.
I'm a firm believer. I think movies are a great first date. So yeah. I think either drinks before or drinks after, and then the movie.
So if the movie is 90 minutes,
and then some drinks after or drinks before, whatever. Yeah.
So what it was saying?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, so 2.5 hours.
Obviously, we're not going to see Oppenheimer then.
Yeah. Maybe we are. How much do I like you? How smart are you?
Oh, why do you think movies is a good first date?
Because it's an experience together. You'll always think about seeing that movie together and how it made you feel. Whether it's a crappy movie, you'll always think about, wow, that was a really crappy movie we saw together. So, movies, I think, is always a good spot to see something.
What was the first movie you saw with your wife?
It was the one. It's with Miley Cyrus.
Real quick.
Sean
was like,
our first date was a movie.
Okay.
We saw it was the Miley Cyrus, and it was a Nicholas Sparks kind of one that she wanted to see. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Dear John.
No, not that. That's Channing Tatum.
Miley Cyrus wasn't in that.
That was my boy Channing.
Yeah. But whatever that movie was, that was our first date.
Okay.
And then we didn't go out for drinks after.
You did not?
No, and I messed up because I went out for drinks after. She got mad at me.
I think I probably met you.
Yeah, I'm sure we did. We actually met at Dempsey's.
Yeah.
So
rest in peace, by the way.
Yeah. When she found out that I went out for drinks, she was really mad. So I was like, "Well, let's go out again." And,
yeah. She was mad that you didn't ask her out for drinks after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And that was my fault.
She was just jealous of me. She's like, "You got drinks with Mike."
Mike, you're always number one. You know that.
I know.
That's why I send you the TikToks I do.
John, how long should a first date be?
I think, so if we're going, what is that, 2 hours, 3 hours?
2-3 hours.
I feel that's a good barometer to...
I'm with you. I think first date should only be no more than 2 hours, and it should just be drinks. It should just be you two trying to talk it out, see if there's a feeling, maybe walk around, and that's it. That way you have an easy out, she has an easy way out. What is a great first date where you do an experience? I think a comedy show, because you can see what she laughs at, how she may react to what you laugh at. Because for me, humor is a big thing. So, but I bring this up because I wrote this as a topic because I said this at our open mic at Brooks every Tuesday at 8:00 at Brooks Bar.
When is it?
Every Tuesday, every other Tuesday. Where I said 2 hours, and the whole little bar full of, 30 and younger were like, 2 hours, 45 minutes. I was like, what?
Wow.
They were like, 2 hours is too long.
Oh my.
Yeah. That makes me feel.
Look, let me say a little more on the movie. If you're a type of person who can't talk or has trouble keeping a conversation, seeing a movie gives you conversation because you can talk about it exactly.
Got it.
That exactly, and then having that experience together. So go see a movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I think because you met your wife in the natural way, You guys met.
We went out.
You talked.
yeah. We ran into each other. I was like, well, hello.
I met my wife on an app, and I was like ready to give up, and she was like, yes. And so, yeah, I think 2 hours are. What was the first movie you saw with?
Oh, that's what I've been trying to figure out.
Ooh, she's gonna get so mad. By the way, do you know Darren does not watch these?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That hurt my feelings when she told me.
My feeling. He's like, you guys
one
don't talk
less
about
view per.
Well, you know, does she at least like it?
You're hurting my algorithm.
Just download it. I don't care.
Just comment like this sucks, and that gives us some sort of traction.
The comments help. I get those all the time. Dude, you suck. Thank you. I appreciate it. You need that.
What do you think it is?
What?
The movie you saw.
Movie. I'm trying to think. Oh, would it have been 2010, 9?
Ooh, it would have been.
It might have been like Project X.
That's a good one.
Good one.
That's a good one.
Actually a good one.
Yeah, no.
I remember saw that.
Bravo.
Yeah.
In Project X.
What about you? What was the first movie you and Jess saw?
I'm shooting from the hip. Arrival.
That's pretty deep for the first movie to see together.
I take my movie seriously. I like to sit all the way at the end so I could stretch my legs because my knees lock up. So I had to make sure she was into aliens and good dialogue because I heard it was really good.
It's very smart.
And she liked it, thank God. I still have the movie ticket stubs somewhere.
Oh, that's cute.
Gay.
I still have our movie tickets. Yeah.
Double gay.
I'm going to stick a fork up your ass.
That's triple gay, dude.
Thank you.
I sent Matt a TikTok that says, if you send your bro a snapshot of your dick, but he screenshots it, who's gayer?
The screenshotter.
Yeah. No.
Not even close.
No, you need
I
receipts,
don't know.
bro.
You sent
receipts.
it to begin with,
But you screenshot.
But
Why were you
sent it.
screenshotting it?
but you sent it.
But you're screenshotting
I
it.
don't know, man.
George, you look very suave back there. How long is your first date?
It really depends on the date. I usually take girls like rock climbing and shit. So
Okay.
it's gonna
Make
be
sure
as-
they're active.
Yeah,
Limber.
it's until they're done. You know, 'cause that could be anywhere from 10 to 45 minutes. So I was like, I'll still be climbing. You let me know when you're done. Like, you just have to.
Like, I just don't want to sweat under my titties. Later.
Yeah. I want to see the sweat under your titties, bitch. Let's go. You can squeeze that
Ring 'em
sports
out.
bra right in front of me, like right on my face. Yeah. An hour's good. 2 hours a little much, but I'm not opposed to a movie either. So.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good litmus test of like, how dumb is this bitch? She already agreed to go out with me. She's pretty stupid, but
Amen.
we'll see.
Amen.
There was one girl I dated who we did a movie night at my place, and I don't know why. It was just on TV. I'm like, we'll watch this. It was Happy Gilmore.
Nice.
She was visibly upset that I made her sit through it and watch it. And I was like,
Wow.
this is very nice meeting you, ma'am. I will walk you to your car.
You Shark Tanked it, like,
Yeah.
for that reason.
Yeah, I'm out.
Look, true story. So my wife Tiff, we went to the movie and it was a great time. And the second time I invited her over to the house and we watched Super Troopers. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
that's a good test.
it was.
That's a good test.
And she talked the whole movie. I've told her to this day, I was like, you almost ruined it. I almost was like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, because we saw the one movie and it was great. And I was like, okay, I messed up on the not going out for drinks after. But then when I brought her over for Super Troopers and she talked the whole movie, I was like, you don't understand how close you were to us.
And
being
was it
done right there.
talking just random stuff, or was it talking about the movie? Like
Both.
asking- okay.
Both. Like, well, why is this happening? I'm like, first of all, why haven't you seen this movie? Secondly, stop talking.
So me and Matt have been friends for over 20 years, and he knows some of the stupid reasons I've broken up with girls. I almost broke up with Jess one time because Arrival. So right, it's a movie where you kind of have to pay attention.
It's a smart film.
Yeah. So one thing that she does, and she does to this day, and I hate it, is she just will lean over like she's gonna whisper. She cannot whisper. She'll lean over and be like, "What happened?" I just was like, what's happening is I'm thinking about divorce.
Or when like you've seen the movie and she's like, well, why is it? I'm like, just watch the movie.
Or no, the
These
worst.
questions will be answered.
I don't know if Darian does this, but Jess will sit down to a movie we've both never seen, and she'll ask me questions about the plot. I'm like, you know what? I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I'm just like
I'm
you.
watching it with you right now.
All right, George. Hit us with, I think, our last topic. Right, John?
Yeah, we can do one more.
Oh, okay.
If you found a wallet full of money, would you pocket the cash or find the owner?
I'll go right here off the bat. The answer to that is yes.
Yes,
Both.
what?
Yes?
Yes,
Yep.
what?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Pocket the cash and find the owner.
That's fair.
There was
That's very
nothing
fair.
in there, sir.
I'm just telling you, I found it at this time. I don't know what happened before that.
Because I believe in karma.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm a karma person.
Yeah. If it's like $3,500 in the wallet, maybe I'll take one.
If it's paying next month's rent, I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Okay, here's a question. If you find a wallet, it's got $2,000, so just $100 bills in there, you return it, are you expecting a little something?
Never.
No, yeah. You are, yeah.
Because would you, if you got that returned to you, would you?
No. I would say you're being a good person.
I might give him DoorDash. That's what I.
Yeah. Do you need an Uber?
Yeah.
Or depending on where it was. Like if I drop my wallet at Boondocks and someone's like, hey man, you dropped this, but hey, let me buy you a drink.
And you know what it is too is if I find a wallet or even money, like a crisp 20 on the ground, I assume someone's watching, and I will pick it up and be like, anyone?
But is it weird that if you pick it up, you're kind of like sly about it, looking around, and you're like, no one's watching. I'm good.
Have you ever what's the most money you ever pocketed that you found on the floor? You found someone Venmo'd you?
It might be like 20, but I just seen like
maybe $5.
Yeah.
All right, Bank of America. They're going to come after me. I already know. When I worked at Bank of America, it was I had got
behind the teller. There was $3,000 I just happened to find.
There was
I walked into the safe.
There was thousands of dollars
just laying there.
It's crazy.
I had just gotten like a 50-cent raise for my stellar review. So I don't know what happened, but my next paycheck, they doubled it. So I got say if I got like $1,000, I got $2,000. I was like, oh my God, they're going to find it because they gave me the money. So I left it in my savings account for 30 days. And it never got taken away. Did I call anyone? No.
That's the statute of limitations on that, like 30 days.
I will say, they're probably going to listen to, but UPS has sent me extra checks before. And I'm just like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's mine.
It's mine.
Job well done.
Yeah. It's not my fault that you guys have 80,000 employees.
George, are you finding a lot of cash as a
No, what the fuck, dude? Where do you guys get this?
George, we need to hang out more.
I've never gotten an extra check. In fact, I'm like, yo, you guys took $7 too much. We're going to talk. I'm like, where do you get free money from?
By the way, and now that you said that, I don't think you paid me for the last show I did with you.
No.
Did you get 7 minutes? Or?
You made me bark.
Was it 7 minutes worth it?
No, it was. I sucked. I sucked so bad. I've been sucking lately. I hate comedy. I'm thinking about quitting.
You sucked and you give it the good hawk to a...
Sometimes there was one time I did a show with George. I did so bad I paid him. I was like, my bad, dude. And he keeps booking me because
I hear the Haktua take you a long way.
Is she? I hope she's making money.
I hope she is too. Take these 15 minutes and just run with it.
She's selling merch.
Run with it.
Not gonna buy it.
As far as you
Not
can.
gonna buy it. Apparently,
because
she quit her job.
Good.
She quit her job?
Yeah.
What was she doing again?
She from the podcast I heard, she's working at a spring factory, whatever the fuck that is.
Right.
And has an agent.
I mean, she was
moving to LA and just
to do Haktua.
Yeah.
That's really what she should do. Just
only
don't even have sex with anyone. Just spit on it. You're gonna live on a boat the rest of your life.
Spit in jars for the rest of your life, and you're
$600.
That's what I'm saying. I told my wife, if someone's offering you $600, you're gonna spit.
Yeah, I would totally exploit my wife to live on a yacht.
Yeah, take those 15 minutes and run as far as you can with it, and just enjoy it.
No, yeah, I mean,
she's only 21, so.
Where was it? Tennessee?
Yeah, Nashville.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Dirty.
Yeah.
And she's moving to LA?
That's what she said.
Democrat. who moves to LA? I don't know. I love
someone who's got big dreams, Michael.
she's
She's going to be a big star.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this week's Marry, Fuck, Kill. Is it that? Did I say that right? I always question it. John, I think it's your turn to deliver it, but let's go ahead and let our guest, Matt, have the first crack.
First crack at it. So, we talked about me being a TV guy. Obviously, I'm going to use streaming services, not necessarily TV. Obviously,
thanks for catering to your audience.
There is movies on these. So I'll go Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and HBO or Max now, as it's known.
For now.
This
is actually very easy for me. I would marry Max. I would fuck Amazon Prime, and I'd kill Netflix. I can't stand Netflix.
What's on Max that is making you just...
Everything.
Everything?
The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, The Last of Us. Do I really need to go on?
What is the newer shows that is keeping...
House of the Dragon, The Last of Us. It's like the same stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And they get all the new movies, like the stuff that I don't get a chance to see in theaters. HBO always gets first crack at those.
Really?
Always. They'll always get first crack at those. Unless
you got Dune 2 already. Dune Part 2 already on.
Yeah, the HBO always gets first crack at those movies. So Max is definitely the one.
So again, it was Mary Max.
Yeah. I would fuck Amazon Prime because I got The Boys, and I'm into that. And then I'd kill Netflix. I can't stand Netflix.
I guess that's going to be my same answer. I log on to Netflix just to see what's new. I do hear like some movies are good, like The Hitman. I think that's the newer one. Yeah, but I like their documentaries, and I'm a sucker for those. So I'll like, but at the same time, I don't know. I think I'm getting charged like $24 now by them.
So the reason I'm against Netflix, not to dig too deep, but like the reason I'm against Netflix, I just found out that they're tiered on their content. So if you're not paying the most or near the top of what they offer, like you can't watch certain Netflix titles.
I didn't
know that. And that really, I was like, that's really bothersome.
Maybe it doesn't matter for me because
show me your ads. You want to pay me? You want me to watch ads? Fine, I can deal with the ads. But the moment that you're like, well, we're gonna lock certain shows because you're not paying enough, I'm out. No, thank you. You're not worth it to me. Yeah. Except I'll be back for Stranger Things.
When they're 25, trying to be in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, I would switch Amazon and Netflix.
Amazon's really is your one you take home?
No.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Sorry.
So I'm killing Amazon, and I'm marrying Max. Like I said, you can't go wrong with just HBO shows in general. Like, and then I do pay for the higher Netflix. So.
Must be nice with all that content you get.
But that's because I got a discount from T-Mobile on it. So
with your Android.
Yeah.
Gross.
It's really gross. Sell your soul.
What's so because of Max, you're watching the older shows though, right? Is that why?
Even the newer stuff. Like House of the Dragon is right now.
Okay.
That's,
and then Last of Us. Yeah.
That's all right now.
How much do you log into this? So this is the mistress. Hulu. Are you ever in Hulu?
Well, it's in Disney Plus now. So like whenever, Disney Plus, like The Bear just came out. So I'm 4 episodes into The Bear. Oh, yeah. So like I'll log into there, or Shogun that came out earlier this year, which is Shogun is so good. Yeah. Talk about Shogun is so good.
Handmaid's Tale was good. I think it kind of.
I didn't watch that. I've heard it's good.
I don't watch a lot. I just to piss people off. Because
like me.
But I watch what I have to watch.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of those like I've never seen Star Wars. I'm like, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
Disney Plus. Are you on? Like I know you said like
I have Disney Plus, but it's also for me and the kids.
Yeah.
I say the kids, but
I feel like most of the Disney Plus shows I do watch would be the Star Wars shows.
Yeah, except right now, The Acolyte sucks.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it. I'll
let me know when you watch it.
I'll end up watching it. Obviously,
let me know when you watch it. You can tell me what you think.
But yeah,
so
Andor was great though.
I just rewatched it to feel better about Star Wars.
You're like I don't know.
Andor is like Star Wars for adults who like kids who grow up on Star Wars.
Because even the movie was good. Like
Rogue One
is probably one of
Rogue Ones.
Yeah,
it's better than the 3 after that.
100%. So like if you grew up on Star Wars, Andor is like that type of show for adults.
And Mandalorian too.
Yeah.
So Matt, when your podcast is blowing up and one of these streaming services wants, hey, can you do a 1 hour live thing? You're gonna go with who? Who pays the most?
100%. I'll sell my soul. I'll be a shill. Disney, hire me. Let's go.
And how you got to have Joe Biden on?
That's fine. We'll talk about our golf game. It's cool. I'm all about it.
He's not gonna be all the time.
You know, you said that. I feel like that's how we should settle who should be the next president.
Yeah,
just have
do a round of golf.
Let's just say.
No, let's just do marry, fuck, kill with that. I feel like that will like.
That is a really good litmus test.
And if any of them has an Android, automatically.
Yeah, it's automatically out.
They don't have phones at all.
Someone else is running their phones.
We'll throw. You mentioned Hulu that I didn't throw in there, but Apple TV.
I think Apple TV is second best to HBO Max. Apple TV doesn't get enough credit yet, but it doesn't have enough of a library yet to kind of get people's attention. But I'm telling you, if you're out there and you haven't watched Apple TV, they have phenomenal content.
As an Android user, agreeing with Matt. Like Ted Lasso.
When you say Android user, I just think STD. I'm not gonna lie.
That would have been the best first answer. Whether it's STD, people have Androids, just like
the green bubbles. You ever have green bubbles?
Bubble guts.
Matt, so you're young. You're 25. Something.
Why is everybody 25?
It's a good age.
Matt, you're around my age. We grew up with cable. Now we have all these streaming services that are trying to bind them. When do we ever go back to that?
We're on our way.
We're on our way back.
Disney just.
I swear to you.
Listen, I swear to you. Disney just announced that they're going to create a channel that plays content all day. So like TV,
regular TV,
like TV.
Yeah.
We have gone full
something
circle.
Happened like it wasn't just Disney. Somebody else said the same thing. I'm like,
we've gone full circle. It's outrageous. What you're
explaining to us is regular TV.
Yeah.
If we can circle back, what makes me feel old? When you used to dial. You're 25. Shut up.
There was one in my church.
My daughter just got a play phone that has the dial, and I'm like,
I went to her birthday party, and I was like, why did they give her a dial?
Yeah, it's a dial telephone. I was like, she's never gonna know what this is, but all right, this is fun for me.
I was helping my wife set up for her classroom, and obviously, if I was like, hey Matt, call me, what are you gonna do? Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that.
One of her students said, "Hey, call me." They went like this, and I was like,
"Well, same with like take a picture."
Was that?
It's this.
Yeah.
But
or roll down the window.
Yeah. And then they button.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Kids.
That's
George,
how we go full circle right here.
George, what's your streaming services with Max,
Prime, and Netflix?
I'd marry Netflix.
Ooh.
Because my mom pays for that.
Wait, don't you need her Wi-Fi?
That's fair.
Don't you need her Wi-Fi to like connect?
No. Mom said put it on her credit card. I put it on her credit card.
She pays for everybody.
Everything. She pays for my wife. No. No, because honestly, Netflix.
Women, he's single.
If you're into trash TV, they've built like this universe of like trash TV, like Love Is Blind.
Oh, you know what? I will give you that 100%.
And they're the only networks that's doing it.
I didn't bring that up as my guilty pleasure when we did the guilty pleasure.
On the Spectrum, can I tell you?
On the Spectrum
is
exploitive.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
If you ever want to hear someone describe love, have an autistic person give their hopes and dreams about what love is. I'm like, I used to believe that at 14.
By the way, I saw a great meme about that. It was like going on a blind date and the love on Spectrum. shows up. Camera crew shows up. Like, oh shit.
I had no idea.
I'm here for 2 hours. Let's do this.
George, you make an excellent point, man. That is you win.
That's why I marry Netflix, because they're like, I'm in. They're the Love Is Blind, the perfect match. Like,
perfect match.
The ultimatum. Like the universe that they built is very intentional. I'm like, okay,
Netflix.
It's fine.
What's better?
It's the Walmart of streaming services.
Yeah.
MCU or the Netflix?
Oh, Netflix. You know why? Because there's more black people in the Netflix one.
Representation.
We only got Black Falcon. We only got the Falcon.
Yeah. See about a diversity, y'all. They know what the fuck is up.
America.
Black bitches be hot. They're doing it right. Keep it going. And then I'd fuck Amazon Prime. Because occasionally you're like, damn, that was good. Like that's
the
some
boys,
good shit.
The boys, yeah.
Yeah. It's gay to say I love the boys, but I love the boys.
Yeah, the boys. Yeah.
The boys is great.
That's
Boys,
triple
yeah.
gay,
So
but.
gay.
And then Max, I'm pretty meh about in general. Like it is nostalgic. I know it's got quality, but you know, I'm cleaning the house right now. I want to see some 20-somethings in some bikinis.
When you grow up, man, you'll join us.
And you turn 30.
I think that's why I love like the Learning Channel or now because it's like MILF Manor.
First of all, who calls it the learn? It's TLC.
TLC.
The learning channel.
You're so old.
How do you know you're old? Calling it the learning channel.
You guys watch National Geographic?
I don't say laugh out loud.
Music television?
But yeah, I would say the Learning Channel was really good. It saved me in the pandemic with what was that? 90 Day Fiance. Just trash. Man, I wish I was one of those guys that believed like a hot woman was like she's into me, and I never met her, but I
She
can
likes
keep her
me
attention.
for me.
Yeah,
90 Day Fiance.
Not the camera
out of the
phone.
border. Like,
yeah, it's so bad. But thank you, Matt, for being with us.
Thank you for having me on, guys.
I know. Please drop your handles for the podcast. and all
You can
that.
follow me on Twitter at Rensop. It's R3NSOP. And then Instagram and YouTube is at Buttered Kernels.
All right, John, go ahead.
at Boondoggle_John.
Okay, and George, we got a show tomorrow. What time?
July 4th, 7 p.m. Back to the grind.
Oh.
Should be a fun time. It passed by the time they're listening to this. So thanks for coming.
Not for those that do
So you
future
guys got
travel.
6 minutes,
Friday,
Michael?
right? Or
Yeah.
you
6
have
minutes?
Friday?
No, George, how much time am I doing tomorrow?
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Okay.
I'll be honest. Yeah. It's either 1 or 2 minutes. I don't know.
Man.
One joke.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Tell you
Your
what.
best joke.
I'll flip 3 coins for you. and
George
it's-
is going to start the new Kill Tony. And just give you
Just
one
give me
minute.
1
You
minute,
just done it.
and if I do good, he's like,
Yeah.
one more.
Yeah, keep
One
it
more.
rolling.
I am the Mike James, and also the well-mannered. Please make me famous and rich. And we'll see you next time on the Boondoggle.